We're live.
Great. I will call this meeting to order, and first order of business is to explain the purpose of the meeting to everyone who's here. We have several things that we have to do today. First is we have to approve the supplemental absentee ballot application received after 5 p.m. on November 4th. Then we're going to review the provisional ballots, full count, partial count, and those not eligible to count or pending. Next, we'll have a tabulation of the civilian supplemental absentee ballot applications and the tabulation of provisional ballots that are deemed eligible by board vote. And with that, I will talk to our public, and since we have some folks who haven't been coming regularly, at this time you can address the board, and your comments will be limited to 3 minutes per person with a 15-minute limit for everyone, which is a good thing. We have 5 people, so that will give each other 3 minutes. And there's a sign-up sheet. If everybody would just sign up for that. And then can you introduce yourselves and let us know if you have any comments before we get started? Start with you, Peter.
Peter Shea, Alamance County Democratic Party. And 2 comments. One, I was always really impressed with the job you did. I could not hang in last Tuesday until 12:15, but thank you for the work you did. And Dawn, you owe me a response to my email.
Yes, yes, sir. We have just, I apologize. We've been working till 10, 11 o'clock every night, trying to get prepared for this. And my other emails have kind of been neglected. So I will do that this afternoon, or when this is over, I promise.
Yes, as opposed to what some people think, they do work more than one day a week. Next.
Wayne Hale, Legal Loan Voters, Piedmont Triad. I also appreciate the long hours and work, and the recordings. I think have been better again. Appreciate that. We can't get here. Thanks.
Sir.
Peter Goodman, Democracy and you guys are doing a great job.
Christine Van Halen, North Carolina, the election in Liberty.
Okay.
Hi, I'm Hillary Klein. I'm with the Southern Coalition for Social Justice. I want to thank you so much for your service and your long hours and keeping our democracy running. We go around and observe. We've been to about a couple dozen of these over the years. We're currently advocating for more funding for county boards and also better guidance. And we like to observe these in order to understand the challenges and other issues before we go and do that advocacy, and just to understand what it looks like when these laws are implemented on the ground and where. And we also collect, what we observe, and then we report to the state board to say, hey, more guidance here. The boards are having issues there. So we do a lot of that advocacy, and that's primarily why I'm here. I have attended a lot of these recently, and I would just encourage you. I know it's been long hours, but I would encourage you to look at the numbered memos when issues come up that are really tricky. There are a lot of issues we've seen that come up with reasonable impediments, and when you can accept them. A lot of boards have struggled with that. The most successful boards that have not had to go back and redo things have been the ones that have just looked at the footnotes in the numbered memos or the FAQs and some of the numbered memos. It takes a little bit extra time, but we've seen that it has made the process ultimately go smoother. You don't have to go back after the state board tells you this. But thank you again. It's a really important job, and I really appreciate the time and your service to our country. Thank you.
Thank you, and thank you to all of you for coming. And some of you are repeat visitors, and we appreciate it very much. Okay. So at this point, I guess Charlene, you're going to open the ballots in preparation for.
You got to approve these first. These are the ones that were received.
Oh, okay, we have to approve them
Yes.
before you.
So you got to do your 10% audit
Okay.
on both ID exception and for your regular
Okay.
approved ballots. So I'm going to give you some numbers.
Mhm.
All right. So overall issued
And you have to remember these issues do include reissues of ballots that were spoiled, or people who never said they didn't receive them and wanted a new ballot packet issued. So overall totals for civilian was 6,002. Returned civilian 4,260. Military issued was 120. Returned was 92. Overseas was 257 and returned was 231. As of today at this board meeting, I still have 33 pending cure letters out. So they have until 5 p.m. today to amend any issues with their ballot, whether it was a missignature, signature in the wrong spot, or having anything to do with the photo ID or ID exception form. They have until 5 o'clock today to get those back to me. We received 29 ballots after the deadline via the mail. And then we had 3 ballots that were returned to precincts polling night on election night. So
Say that one again.
we had 3 absentee ballots that were returned to polling sites on election night. So those were not counted because they were received after that 7:30 deadline. So for civilian that have been approved already because they met all the requirements, you're looking at 260. And as for ID exception form, you are looking at 133. Okay, so we'll pull 26 for regular and then 13 for the ID exception forms. Okay.
Mhm. And you're just pulling them randomly?
Yes,
from
I am
precincts,
just
correct?
different precincts because some precincts didn't have any
Mhm.
or they just had one.
And did you say there were 133?
133 for
I guess-
ID exception
I guess
forms.
we need 14.
Are you
Well,
on
we only
13?
need 13 because it's not 13.5. Technically. Right?
It's up to y'all. I could pull
We
13.
can
I
do
could pull
14. I mean, I
Okay.
don't mind, but
Okay.
I'm figuring it like with golf handicaps. Once it goes 0.5 or higher, you're good. That's okay.
And you said 13.
Go ahead and do 14.
14.
See the bottom bag.
On, this one, the license expired on 11/13/24. Does that expiration date count for today or for when it was sent in?
But it expired, so it hasn't been more than a year, so it's okay.
Okay.
It was received on the fifth.
But as long as it had not been expired more than a year, we can accept it.
Okay.
Now, if they're over 65, that's when it doesn't matter how long it has been expired.
Oh, she got the driver's license.
Subtracting that process, but you get the zeros here.
Sure.
Zeros.
At random.
Zero on that for you for the pre-supplemental run. Zeros. Pre-supplemental run.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
That's military embassy, so you're just ensuring that they have signed it.
That's the card, card.
Oh, okay, the card's okay, just not the passport.
But the next one's passport.
You just set aside this one, somebody didn't sign.
Sure. Let's see if they've done, they sent in the
Cure letter.
so that cures the signature.
He'll find you. He likes to do the same thing for a while. Yeah.
You said when it's military, they just have to sign.
Doesn't matter, it doesn't matter where they come from.
And that one, that's military. So
More passports this time.
Trying to figure that one out here.
Took a while.
That is impressive.
And Dawn, the name of the voter doesn't match the voter signature.
This was a cure letter, okay? The Mary Bowden. So her original letter was sent out saying it was in the wrong place or it was missing. So we sent the cure letter out and then she completed the decisions.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
I can feel my number.
If a person had a witness signed, but then also had it notarized, do they cancel one another out, or is it just?
Well, it has to be two witnesses, so if there's only one witness, then we'll use the notary. We
Okay.
would go by the notary.
This person is a new seal.
And it can be in that. Or an old one, but that's.
We learned that a couple of years ago. Sometimes it has to edit a ballot as
Yeah.
well.
I was a notary for a while, so. It's remember. So,
Okay, so this is all, that's all of those.
from the beginning, extra job since I was a teacher. That's okay, you're excused, but you get demerits then.
We just could take, I'm seeing it, we take this, but they're meaning this one right here. They don't check the box, they just check out.
Where they
No,
provide,
the blue check is me.
yeah,
Well, that's you. I was
yeah.
gonna
That's
say,
me.
what in the
Yeah,
world?
so no, if they provided me with either
Right.
social or driver's license number, I had to verify that in voter
Oh,
view.
so that's what
So
that
that's
is.
for
I'm
my
saying-
purpose only, to know that
Okay.
I verified it and it did concur with what we had in the system.
Yeah.
Either that or everybody has the same blue pen I do.
And it's kind of a different color. So you check every one of the license numbers to make sure it's legit.
If they gave us one and it's in our system, that's what we verify with. I noticed the majority of them give the last four of the social. That's what we tend to have in our system, unless they specifically went through the DMV for registration.
Does it make it to the thing?
Yeah, so if they give me more than one, let's say this doesn't validate, I'll take the disability again, which does not require any identifier.
Oh, I mean, here,
Yeah,
you wrote that.
yeah, I wrote that so I
Yeah,
could read it, and it
yeah.
did verify, but she also
Right.
checked disability or illness.
Right.
Could you go over what you just said? What did you
Oh,
clarify?
sorry.
That's okay.
So she had checked two.
Yeah.
So I don't have my blue check mark here, but I did verify it, and she also checked disability or illness, which does not require a numeric identifier. It's only if you choose that top option.
That seems kind of common. I feel like a lot of them have checked up, but the numbers came down.
Yeah, I've had one that checked 5, and you can only choose one in the system. It won't let you do multiples
Yeah.
because if we found out the hard way, if you check all the options given for reasonable impediment, it will print that voter's name X number of times that you checked a reasonable impediment.
Yeah.
So our numbers were way off the first time we had it done. I was like, ah.
So
So you default to whatever is the one. So like if they give me more than one, but let's say she wrote the last 3 of her social, but she
Mhm.
gave me disability or illness, I'll choose disability or illness because I'm going to go in favor of the voter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and it does say you must check the box for one or more, so they're doing.
So they're doing that. So if they want to, they can literally check every single box down the line if they prefer. But no, I've noticed majority of these have been no ability to photocopy, disability or illness, and then the other one that I've seen pop up this time around was lack of transportation.
So you default to, if they've done the top and the bottom?
They've done the top and the bottom, and the top verifies I'll check the top.
Okay.
I'll go with that. But let's say she gave me 3 out of 4 numbers, then I'm going to choose disability or illness.
And you said if you put down more, under number 2, if you put down more than 1, your numbers go off. So
You don't have to use the one with the numbers at that point. So
if they did lack of transportation and disability or illness, which one, but they didn't check.
number
Okay.
1.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll took like disability or illness because more than likely that disability or illness is why they don't have a transportation. Why
So
they
there
have,
is a
like-
little bit of,
There's a little
if it's
bit of, yeah,
confusing you,
it is. You got to
try
kind
make
of,
sense of it as best you
yeah.
can.
So it's like, okay, they don't have transportation, but they mark disability or illness. So more than likely they don't have transportation due to that. So let's mark that cause.
Right.
I don't know how you would make the form more clear, but maybe it would be possible somehow.
Well, we don't make these forms.
That's true. I wasn't.
Well, and like you said, I've had some people who sign it, they get 2 witnesses, and then they also have the notary. So all 3, 3 are done in section 3. And then they'll give me a copy of a photocopy, which is good and valid, but they'll also submit the ID exception form.
Yeah,
They
So-
want to make sure it gets.
Yeah. So
better to give you more information than not enough, I guess.
It's like when they put the write-in boxes on the ballot,
Mhm.
and they check the names and then write it in.
No, I really.
I really, really mean this.
well, sometimes that's helped us when
No,
people
right.
pay these things.
Yeah, that was this one.
Here's the remaining.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So now I just have to ask you, due to the audit of 10% of all, do you approve unanimously, disapprove? Do you have any questions or issues in regards to some of them?
Do I have a motion to approve the supplemental absentee ballot?
So moved.
Second. All in favor?
So I'm going to go downstairs and reprint the new list for absentees for you to sign, and that's going to give you all the numbers, including the LID exception form, so we can integrate them for the run.
I'm going to start opening these
Okay.
for the next, while
I'm just talking about provision.
Karen presents the,
Okay, so what's happening? Dawn's going to be opening the civilian supplemental applications. Is that right, Dawn?
that's correct.
Okay, and then Karen's going to provide us with provisional ballots that we need to look at. Correct?
Yeah, I was gonna give you a summary of what we've been doing over the last. These are numbers that we generated by what we listened. Okay, so what I gave you is just a composite of both election day and early voting. Okay, so these are the totals that we've received. Our final total for provisional was 1289, of which we still have 52 pending. They have until 5 p.m. today to bring us either a photo ID if it's lacking or a HAVA document if it's lacking. At this point, we have a total approved of 422, of which 36 are partial. In other words, they voted in a precinct that wasn't their precinct, so the ballot may fully count, which would be in the full count, or it may partially count. So we have 36 partial counts, 386 full counts. And then not approved was 815 for a total of 1289.
Not approved is usually because they weren't registered.
Yes, or we did have some that for some reason chose to vote in our county but had moved out of the county over 30 days. And so they didn't live here. So yeah. But as in the spirit of the state board wishes us to offer anyone a provisional ballot. So that's what was done. And we did the research to see if it was eligible to count. And we're unable to find them in the system. So I was just briefly going to talk about provisional research. We do have a couple software programs that we use with the state. One is the registration program so that we can look the voter up to see if they're registered. or if they've been registered in the past but may have been previously removed for possibly moving within state, moving out of state. They might have been removed due to list maintenance if they hadn't voted in 2 federal elections. Okay, they'll get inactive and then eventually removed. And then, of course, if they pass away for deceased voters, we would see that in the voter registration system. We also have a program that we use for processing registrations. And so, like registrations that have come since the registration deadline in October 11th, sits in that registration program until we're ready to process. Also, registrations that are incomplete, that we've sent letters to, if it's missing a signature or information that we need to process that registration, they sit in an incomplete queue that we can access to see if the voter made an attempt to register. And then lastly, there's another queue that's kind of an archive queue. After a period of time from the incompletes, it falls into the archive queue, and we have access to that. It just sits. So those are 2 of the programs we use in order to see if a voter has registered or has attempted to register. We also have access to the state's voter search system that we use to see if they're registered in other counties, if the registration is active. So,
I have one question.
mhm.
Okay. Why would a voter be inactive? Is it based on not having voted in the last 2 presidential elections?
That's where it starts. We do list maintenance where we send confirmation cards for their address or a national change of address card if there might be 2 addresses in the system, and we haven't received a response. Okay, so when we don't receive a response, after a period of time, the voter does go to inactive. That doesn't mean they are still eligible to vote. If they were to show up at their precinct and vote, they would be able to vote, and their ballot would go through the tabulator. That doesn't affect.
So it basically would be because their address could be verified.
Right.
But you said they could show up and vote.
Yes. Yes. And then at that point, when they do show up and vote, it shows it on the ATV label. And so our assistants are told to verify that address. And if it's different than what's on the ATV label, they're sent to the help desk so that the chief judge can find out if that address is in the precinct or if it's in another precinct where they may have to go if they choose to the precinct that they now reside in. Okay.
And then at what point does their vote not count in that process? At what point when a voter has become inactive, do they, because you said you had some of the not approved were people who have been removed for lists.
Well, so that's removed after 2 federal elections. So they're not inactive anymore. They are removed. That's okay. Separate. If they're inactive and they appear in the poll book, they can go ahead and vote on election day.
And that would be, so between, what's the time, how long do you say you stay on the inactive for 8 years?
It says 2 federal election cycles, yeah. And so that they haven't voted, and then it goes to inactive. And then due to list maintenance, it will go to
so
remove.
List maintenance is on every odd number of years. So the odd number year after the 8 years, would be.
I think that will trigger inactive, and then
I'm sorry.
that's when it triggers inactive, and I think it's like another 2 years.
So about
then it goes
about
off.
10 years.
Yeah, it's about.
In that period of time, you get 2 letters sent to you checking on.
Yeah, I'd say, if not a voter registration card or something that attempted as well.
And then if they show up to vote, are they they've been removed?
Now, if they've been removed, so
From
also guidance that we have from the state is memo 2023-04, which I've given you copies of. And so it does address that issue that if they've been removed after 2 federal elections, we're also to check the database for the state to see if they've registered in any other counties. If they have not, it just shows that they've been removed from Alamance County, then they're considered still active, that this provisional would count in that situation, okay? So we do have a number of those in this count that showed that they were removed after 2 federal elections, but they did not show any activity in any other counties, so those provisionals counted. We did have 1 or 2 that showed activity where they had registered in another county after they were removed from Alamance County. So in that case, they would have to re-register here to be.
Okay, and this is kind of a weird question, but so if they showed up as inactive and then they voted in this election, when will voter search show that they were activated?
After the election when we process. Mhm.
But it'll be weeks, right, before that happens.
Yeah, probably because
The reason
the state's
I
got
got
to
that
canvass.
question from somebody.
Okay, yeah.
Okay.
And if you've been removed and you show up and vote, does that re-register you?
Yes,
So,
yes, everything.
so at the,
It starts the clock over.
It does, and so all these provisionals, whether they're counted or not counted, will be processed after the election. So they will become registered.
after the vote.
Yeah, and so that was, I think, one reason that the state really does encourage individuals who show up that we do offer them a provisional. That way, if it turns out that it doesn't count, it does get them registered. Okay.
Thank you for the
Q&A.
extra info.
Yeah. Okay. And pretty much in that memo that I had referenced earlier, we're pretty much the guidance is between pages 7 and 11 on when we run into certain situations, what we should do to follow up as far as whether the provision would be accepted or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Just to let you know, you have to initial all of those. Okay,
Okay.
we ordered you a stamp. It's supposed to be here today. So if you would like to hold off on initialing till, that's totally okay.
So, so the 5 bins, these are the 2 that have provisionals that have been considered as far as they are eligible to be counted. And so, like I said, some are partial, some are not. They're full, they count fully. So,
That's the 422.
yes, yes. And then,
Karen, you may want to speak up just a little bit.
okay, sorry, my voice does not carry well, and I apologize. And so we do have 52 pending. So after 5 o'clock today, we'll see how many come in, and then we'll address those tomorrow. Okay. All right.
How many of them are there?
422.
So 10% would be 40 because of the
I guess I'm not. Is that pretty much? Yeah.
Usually what we do on those is we just pass these around. Y'all look at all of them.
all of them.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
They organized by precinct.
They are. Mm-hmm. And I just want to mention, this is a lot of provisionals to be able to review in a week. So we've had a great team effort to try to get through these. And put in a lot of long effort. So,
This is very much appreciated.
yeah, I was going to say, keep them together.
Yeah, toss it to the end.
Mhm.
Here's some tape.
Yeah.
You have to be careful before we continue. And when we come back, and we start opening. It starts like then they started folding this. You're fine. You're fine. So we're having to open a lot. She didn't help us out this
A
time.
lot of these are only 40 minutes.
I assume since this was a general election, them not actually writing their political party preference is
Right.
fine.
Yeah. And if they're not registered, when we register somebody who hasn't indicated, we register as unaffiliated. I'm sorry, you're with me too.
No, that's not right.
Just going to go back to
Yeah. No. That's right.
I don't know why.
I've done that, stuff.
Put down
Well, go now.
You came in 3 minutes too late.
just say I'm
Yep.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, that's all one. She's got two.
We got the- When did the last meeting
She's
start?
gone, I think you're at the end of one.
I'm at the end of one.
Mhm.
I'm sure you're.
I'll double check.
That was 01. This is 02, just to let you know. Being in the middle is hard to catch.
Yeah.
So if they're inactive, they are or not in the poll book areas.
They are. So, yeah, we did, unfortunately, that brings me to this last column on your sheet there.
I was about to ask about that.
Yes. I figured you probably saw that we had 2 in precinct 1. We have 4 of them in precinct 3. That, yes, so we do, tell the judges to watch individuals that are doing provisionals, explain to them that their house bills will go into the envelope to be reviewed with, by our office. Occasionally, things are very busy and we do get vocabulary. So we do have a couple precincts where that happens. And so I've got them listed on the sheet there. So they've been counted. I'll put them together so that others.
So what'll happen in that instance is we'll be short on provisionals, but over on election day with our totals for that precinct.
So when we're comparing them tomorrow,
Right.
that's at that.
Yes.
We want me to separate the O2s and partial.
No, just put all the O2s together, that'll be fine. We'll work on that when we go to county.
precincts are, oh, I can look at the top.
Yeah. I got them separated.
And if they're removed, they're not on in the book, right? In the whole book.
That's right.
But if they have not been,
So that's why they would have to do a provisional, because they can't find the APB sticker in the book. So they would do a provisional. And then at this point, you know, when it comes back, that's when we find out that they were removed.
Yeah.
And then we look further to see if they've registered anywhere else.
yes,
So
and if they haven't,
that's right.
then even though they've been removed,
That's so
fabulous maintenance.
right. We recommend that they're approved. Okay.
So it gets down to be a pretty skinny little bit of people who don't meet one of the categories.
Right. Right.
So why are these in? Sure. Stay put.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Okay.
Okay.
So-
So let me.
Yeah. I looked at them because I.
Yeah,
looked at
that's-
where I'm at.
We tried to go through.
Last night, make sure everything was- Some of them,
That's it.
before I signed it.
Yeah. Yeah. And so that's like I said, that's the reason. why.
So this person wrote that their new address is in Guilford County, Mass, where they've lived for more than 30 days. Am I reading that right?
That's actually, these
Okay, so they just wrote the wrong county.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we double checked.
I was like,
Yeah, yeah, when they start writing things.
Some of those notes are the workers that were present, some of those notes are the voter, and some are ours.
Some that exact date, classic would be perfect.
3C is 4.
Calculator.
Yeah,
Some of them mine have my agenda. It may have gotten to
Move along.
So nothing. We do need some.
So Parsley County still gets my city, right?
Yes,
Mhm.
and what we'll need to do is, as you can see on
the partially counted is either District 63 or 64 or the Burlington bond.
So they voted at
Gotcha,
precinct
gotcha,
that wasn't
gotcha,
their
gotcha. Yep, I got it.
So, yeah, so we'll have to tweak, we'll have to dictate that balance.
Right.
To the right.
Okay.
On it.
So when you see that, you'll understand.
work out.
You're replacing the heat with the stars.
Correct. And then I'm getting started.
Here. What does this mean? So,
Okay,
In other words, they made an attempt to register before the deadline. They were in, I think, because and so that we didn't get a response. That they showed up to vote, and so guidance from the mayor to 2024, they can registration prior to the deadline. Take that into consideration. Okay, got it. So what we'll be doing, as we go through, maybe the correct ballot. So it's only the races that were on their ballot.
Okay.
Maybe it's brown market, maybe it's structured like brown market.
Never go through the sick one. Overvote.
What's the precinct name of P3?
I'm sorry?
P3.
You took,
That's the
that's
ballot
actually a
style?
ballot style.
Yeah,
Oh, it's the ballot.
yeah,
style.
uh-huh.
Okay. So
That's
there are a few where they got the wrong ballot style.
right. And that's where they ended up voting in the wrong precinct. So they
Right,
probably
right.
got the wrong ballot. So
Just voted in different things.
This one was the
In that, I'm not sure where. Is it partial? Or is it-
it should be, yeah, there's a sticker on the top indicating partial.
You know, it'd be a milk carton, dog carton, right?
Yeah. The proper thing.
Oh,
This one doesn't have anything written, checked on board approval.
that one there? Yeah. Get Carrie.
Yeah, who turned it in? Yeah, okay, so this is the vote that was enacted in a precinct that is on so you voted in precinct like that. So that should be.
Yeah, the one in there. That's one of the things in front of.
Yeah. It's fine here in my letter.
You want to start in the back?
No, you can- thank you.
Okay.
None of these are conditions, are they?
No, we're not opening for business.
We're not even there yet.
Yeah,
Not there yet.
No.
Well, that's my daily like these. If we can find these in like corrugated plastic, a little bit longer for separation of the ballots.
Oh,
They like them. That's what I said. I said, not now. But it's easier for them, like at the table, to kind of see where it's at.
I'm surprised how many they have.
Well, it's that vote here sign, so
Yeah.
they just
Yeah.
print in, and a lot of them will say, well, I was at work and I was just printing in, yeah.
I guess that means they trust the vote when I get counted, so. I'm just saying this would be a
Yeah, that's possible.
There's some right there. Right behind you. Stay on the card. Sorry. And Karen, I found the other 4 mail cards. They're in the office next to Karen.
That's what I was looking at.
never know. Stranger things have happened.
What's in this crate?
Somebody put the pen down.
Oh, yeah. No, you have to do it.
Who's this Macarella tape? Bless you.
This must have been one of the weather guys.
Oh, yeah.
I've seen that. Yeah. Okay. You did that.
I have one thing to ask.
Oh, you got it, okay.
You're good. I'll put it on the chair over here.
When it says address not found, that means they present themselves, they gave their address, and it's
And they-
what was the vote.
Yes, and so if they've gone to the wrong precinct, then they won't be able to vote either on election day. So, yeah.
But it's based on them verbally giving their address and then checking. the vote.
So when we get people saying, hey, they check my address, that's why. But, you know,
I've had several of those.
I guess your driver's license.
So the law is that they're supposed to state their name and their address. So, that's probably what they're hearing, and
Right.
we need to know if that address is what we have in the book. Otherwise, it might be an unrecorded vote or they're in the wrong precinct.
Okay.
So, yeah.
This is where it starts.
Is that it?
How can you have the driver's license but not have the Facebook address?
That might have been that they had no other document.
So they're seeing their registration and all the documents.
Yeah, and, I was gonna say. So I was looking to see if that's integrated. So that has to be something like photo ID plus, and that's what the same day registration. So if the driver's license does not have their full address on it, then they have to come up with a hot
Trying to figure out the original fold. You're right. Sometimes I forgot how the original fold was.
Okay, thank you. I'm not gonna say right now. Mm-mm.
Has other precinct always been provisional? Have out of precinct voting always been a provisional vote?
No, so what we've done is if they've arrived at their new precinct, say they've moved and they've arrived at the new precinct, the chief judge will call us if there's an address issue. Okay, and at that point, they can do an election day transfer. Okay, where we will give them the voter registration number and they have a poll book that transfers into the precinct so that the voter can do a transfer and they moved into that precinct. And then just go ahead and vote like everyone else does.
They would go through their precinct, they would go to the right precinct.
Yeah, they would more than likely show up at the right precinct. You know, if they talk to a neighbor and they've just moved, they'll tell them, you know, where to go vote. And so if they've moved into that precinct, we verify that that address is in that precinct, then they can do an election day transfer. And so we give them the information they need. The chief judge fills out a poll book. So they have a transfer into their precinct, and then that person will just go ahead and get a ballot and just vote like everybody else does. They don't have to do provision.
And then we call the old precincts where their name is in the book and tell them to remove their label, and then we have a special place for them to put that, showing, you know, so that that voter then doesn't go there.
But if it's just gone, if they've just gone and voted the wrong place, they haven't moved.
If it's out of just really like you still live in Burlington, but you was in Mebane and stopped to vote there, that's strictly an out of precinct.
And that's always been a provision.
That'll be a provision because you're not transferring into that precinct.
I was, for some reason, I was thinking that something had changed in how provisional is, how out of precinct voting went to provisional. This has always been provisional. Okay.
In other words, do we have a sense of why those 16 so many positions?
I'd have to look at it. What were they?
Um,
The
Trying to give me a hard
reasons.
time.
I was going to say he's probably
Well,
looking
It's
at.
all,
Most of that
you know
registered.
why? Is
It's all
that
over.
Graham Rec?
It's all over.
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
Graham Rec, because that's an early voting site.
Uh-huh.
And a lot of people tend to think that, well, if they've been there for years in the past and voted, just like Mebane, you know, they'll say, well, that's where I've always voted, but they don't vote early. They go election day, they think that's where they vote. So those places that are early voting,
Get a lot
have,
more.
they tend to have more provisions.
Okay.
Yeah, a ton of them are not registered as the provisional voting reason.
You know, we had record number of same day registrations at early voting. And, and then prior to election, we had, you know, just massive amounts of people registering. So it was, I was kind of shocked that this many people still weren't registered on election day.
So what provision is this? Provisional thing?
It's for a presidential, it's about average, I think. I mean, for a
More than
presidential.
average.
Yeah.
Well, the first year I've been, well, the first year I worked,
Percentage-wise.
I did provisionals and I had well
And
over
we
1,000.
had a lot in 2022. I think we had around 900 in 2020.
Yeah.
At this time, how many?
There's just more, steps now,
Well,
you know.
1,200, yeah. But see, we have photo ID. now,
Right.
So that's, I think, probably a difference.
Yes, it is.
I gave you a ruler, Karen.
Appreciate that.
What are these?
There's 16.
I knew I
Yeah,
wasn't
this is
able to
Bill
do
for
it.
670.
There are a lot of people who showed up at the ID.
It,
I think we
no,
had 3.
yeah. And they were all approved.
There's 16.
Once then, realized we researched every one of them, having to have one of them. I said, once you realize that we research on whether they have that form or not, it was kind of confusing for, it's all, again, all of this is new, and it's,
Well, at least have. At least cardboard or something. So it's separate.
We're gonna need the cardboard. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Kind of. You can just use it. I'll use it.
Okay.
Somebody thought you-
I made it 03 in.
Oh, 16.
Sixteen.
Okay.
15.
since y'all are watching, do y'all think we duplicate or the absentees? So,
Everybody agrees.
You are, yes, sir.
seven. The whole roll of them. Oh.
Karen, this is 06W. I had this that popped off and I'm not sure. It's just, yeah, there were only 3 of them, so.
Griffin. Murray. Zachary. Galen. Mouse. Graham. Turner. Overton. Edwards. Ray. Paisley. David. Sam. Peter. Avery. And Don. David. Story. Hudson, Robinson, Weatherman, Bishop, Golden, Joseph, Brown, Martin, Ryan, Griffin, Murray, Zachary, Mary, Gable, Ross, Brown, Travis, Overview, Evans, Ray, Paisley, Fiona, Thompson, Barbara, Sandy, Peter, Avery, Fowler, David, Stewart,
Yes.
Forward, pulling those two off.
See this, the phone. So this, yes. Hudson, Blank, Weatherby, Bishop, Bowling, Troxler, Halsey, Farley, Brown, Martin, Brown, Griffin, Murray.
We should have fewer.
Okay. Thanks.
I don't know.
Okay, we got Murray, Zachary,
Do what you think is
Gary,
best.
Ross,
Hey,
Turner, no, that was blank. Is it blank?
Oh, I thought you said
No.
anything's bad.
Oh, sure. So it's skip. I'll say skip. Okay. Weatherman, Bishop, Ball, Trotsky, Thompson,
Can you look and see?
Farley,
And that one and see.
Brown, Morrow, Brown, Griffin, Murray, Zachary, Freeman, Gallagher, Ross, Skip.
Yeah, Turner, okay.
Skip.
I'm on our side of the table.
Ray, Paisley, Fiona, and Jackson.
Remember this?
Yeah.
No, that's his tally.
Corey, and
Oh.
Avery.
Where's Shepherd's name?
Sproul, Ford,
I've got-
yes, yes.
I think it's in one of those piles.
No, it's
Skip, Sutherland, Bishop, Foley, and Ward.
So I can let you go through and check.
Laura, Brian, Griffin, Matt, Brandon, Rock, Skip, Turner, Skip, Edwards, Brian, Payson, Fiona, Thompson, Barber, Corey Shepherd, Avery Wagner, James Brewer, Ford.
Oh, yay! Thank you. How was that possible? I was gonna say,
More
no,
than
they caught up in the- you were the only one left, right?
No, the lady's going this one. It's so huge.
Okay, thanks. It'll be exciting.
That's what we figured. There was a lot. We can just coffee cup. Coffee cup.
Yeah.
Coffee cup. And we're gonna have Commissioner Funk. Okay. So this will have to finish that. Commissioner.
Oh, yeah. I love the obvious ones. Unanimous.
said it was unclear marks and unexpired. I don't know why.
Okay, thanks.
Oh, is this the one we duplicated?
Yeah.
Shall I duplicate it better?
I will, how about if you call and I know.
Okay. Evidently, I don't have a heavy hand.
You don't
That
have
was the
a,
one you just did.
Yes, evidently, I don't have a heavy hand. So I'm just darkening.
Is that pretty certain in that one?
Oh, success. We had not done no success.
It's a lot of grand precincts.
I got it. This.
Would you rather me put them up here or leave them over there? Who would you rather? Put them up there. if you want.
Yeah, just keep them separate from those. But I've got the number
I
flow,
won't,
so.
I won't
It's
try to
good.
do more work.
So we'll take a tick mark on everybody else's but mine.
yeah, I know. That's what I'm
Okay.
all right. That was unanimous as well.
There we go.
Girl. There's a little big one still in the handwriting is what I have.
Oh, success. I think we did.
No, it might be 20. It took to be.
I think we did things.
You think you did that?
Yeah, because I remember this name, Larry.
Okay, okay. That might be.
I had it. Yeah, we've done over success.
I've been counting them as you've been giving them to me.
Oh, okay, okay. So creative.
Morning. Brian. Griffin.
I don't always remember the name, but that one just stuck in my head. I just forgot his name. Brandon. And when I see one of those, I'm like, how did you die there? I guess you would.
Skip. Edward. Ray. Thompson. That's it. That's it. Margaret. Oh, sorry.
Okay.
Skip. That. Skip Solomon. Ford. Skip and skip.
I think she just slipped those in so she was checking.
Just see if you were checking.
Trump. Hudson. Robinson. Bishop.
I got it now.
Skip. Skip. Ray. Thompson. Barber. Skip. 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 Yep. That's the difference. Okay, this is CID 3476. Harris. Birthday. Stein. Hunt. Jackson. Holmes. Cable. Marcus. Winston. Marshall. Green.
A lot of research goes into some of these questions. But this is what it's on.
Arthur. Moore. Sanders. Washington. Brown. Green. Everything.
Well, she was saying they want you to do till 11 o'clock every night.
Yeah, that skip.
06.
Pierce. And Smith. Barber. Sandy.
Because they were tracking
Tamika.
like everything was clear every night until
And
stuff at like 4:45.
Skip. Yes.
Well, they have notice that they used to drop their date, you know.
Okay. Harris. Bristow. Stein. Hunt. Jackson. Holmes. Taylor. Marcus. Winston. Marshall. Green. Harris. Hicks. Thompson. Moore. Van. Winchell. Brown. Oakley. James. Mavis. Graves. Pierce. Smith. Barber. Sanders. Teresa. Smith. Diamond. Skip. Against. Yes. And no. Okay. 34.
Yeah.
I said for now. We got shiny. There's some shiny too.
What, you said that was the last M16?
Yeah.
It's only 5 of them. I was. It'll be 7:30.
Started at 7.
Yes.
Do any of y'all have any diet restrictions from like Firehouse?
And it works.
Pardon?
Burgers, burgers only. Burgers only.
Burgers?
Oh, yeah. We had that talk last time, Jerry. We had that discussion last
Yeah.
time. Am I gonna have to start calling you before meetings and say, make sure you
Well, normally we got, only during this time are you really looking at stuff a lot, you know?
Yesterday was yesterday.
2 days ago. Yeah,
It
that was,
wasn't as bad because I could sit back
well, and you also flip the pages for me to read it.
I gotta find out what was. Didn't have to take it for the song, so.
Here, what do you have now?
08. Yeah. You see it works down about 3.
This just got dropped off. They wanted me to give it to you.
Well,
The precinct 04, but
I'll
I
deal
know.
with it afterwards.
I know, I said-
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I got another one right before the meeting and I said, that's tomorrow, you know?
Here's another one that's different precinct. It's ripped right in the middle of the,
What was wrong with this one?
somebody put their pen down. There's also writing on it. I don't know. I don't
You're
know if
doing
that's one of the
writing.
ones. I don't have the sheets.
We're just take one of those and just put the precinct in the name.
Okay. Oh,
Judson,
Here's a case
Yes.
where-
she wants you to try this one with the tape on it.
Dave on it?
Just try.
Yeah.
So it's through the bubble. Yeah. it-
Hey, Karen, this one, they've got that spray mark there.
Everybody agrees that you know. There was just one.
Took it.
The magic too.
I taught school, so
Yeah.
they'll find that. What do you vote?
All right, let me get 13.
Taylor. Marcus. Vincent. Marshall. Okay. Brown.
I only got 12.
Green. It's not inside. Jen. Norris. Graves. Pierce. Smith. Robert. Timothy. Peter. Senator. And then the writing for Charles. School. So this is what I see. Charles, Morris, Graves, Pierce, Smith, Cross, Tamika, Peter, Seneca, Moore, Bobby, Charles Parker. School last uniform. Yeah. Okay, I'll do. I didn't realize that we didn't have it. I'll find it.
Keeping three.
Yeah.
Actually, it's just pulls it in.
This one.
Sure. This one.
Well, it said, that's something to see that. It's on the back.
Have we made a deal with this?
And this
Yeah,
one.
pretty
I
much
would
what it
later,
is.
wouldn't I?
Yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, we got nines, teens.
Well, I was here. I just wondered if you. Yes or no?
Yes.
Well, that one's nice, yeah.
Not accepting this now. This one's still-
Y'all want to see how we, a lot of times, how Karen, she takes the flashlight.
But I can run
When
this
she
one.
tries to see which balance style they got.
Oh, to see through that thing? You can actually do that?
Oh, hold on.
Well, I mean, you need to put it on
Well,
there.
it's hard. You can,
So we're gonna have to-
I couldn't even do it.
Writing, you could file for, I don't
That's smart though.
It took a little while to figure that.
We're criminal.
That was in the other office. So we didn't have it in there.
Saying
No.
unreadable.
Yeah.
This one's just saying unreadable because the way it folded it, come back.
Yeah, it's one they do.
So we just have to do that.
I think that's- that's too
Oh, they did.
Same thing with that one, unreadable.
Oh, yeah, we do fold.
Oh, yeah. Hey, guys, look at that.
Got to fold to the
So,
superintendent of public instruction.
Yeah,
On
change
that
that.
one.
Okay.
Okay, that's unanimous. Both. Both of these are unanimous.
That's the last of the round one.
Looks like it.
You like that.
I like dogs.
Good watching.
I'm allergic.
look at this one.
So I just kind of.
Russo? Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
And,
I did say
oh,
12.
and a double vote,
I did say 12.
so no way of knowing.
Both of them are
Cancel that.
equal.
Just have
That's one block.
do it together.
Ah, there we go. So, and no vote here. So let's do this one first.
Okay. Yeah. Completely understand that.
Not, yes.
So we don't, blah, blah, blah. I'm not. Everybody. Yeah. Oh, take it, Joe.
Then we are going to get yeah, to put on second space.
I know, you got it all on the same sheet here.
Oh, well, that might not be.
Except for that, that's why I'm real on the vision. I remember that, instead of, you write down number two, I think you put two things. It's gonna be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't.
Whoa.
That was.
Yeah.
This is not included in their name.
Okay. So they're really registered. Okay.
Yeah,
Also,
but that's a good, because we do end up, like those not voted, have it in the card, and then we try to register.
Okay. So question this, because they didn't work out.
we're skipping.
Put in the notes, they found out that was the previous registration.
So that's one, that's inactive. So, but for some reason, it was probably somebody else.
Nine to
Skip. Graves,
Oh, five.
Pearson. Sandy, Huber,
You're gonna write it the same way, you're gonna do
Yeah, I'm holding myself.
Oh.
these are just the folder sheets. Okay. Okay. Hudson. Smith. You said Smith. Yeah. Whiteman. Fisher. Folio. Hopler. Carson. Winston. Brown. Margaret. Brown. Griffin. Murray.
Oh, no, yes, you have some more.
Yeah. You're right.
Brandon.
These are the last.
Taylor. Rondell. Brown. Turner. Overton. Edwards.
I thought maybe.
Lane.
You'd be sleeping yourself, you should have changed.
Freeland.
I think the word one.
Oh, he'll get some more.
As you all.
Peter.
Is there anything I'm ready to go?
Abel.
No.
Don. Full.
Just the third.
Full. No.
Yeah, he was already on the board, so that was-
Yeah, so during that. Exactly.
Hudson, Sandy. Letterman.
And
Bishop, Bowyer, Troxton, Kelsey, Winston, Brandon, Melrose, Brown,
Same thing.
Griffin,
Yeah, he can't end up on every.
Zachary, Casey, Brandon, Brown,
Yeah, 12, 14, okay.
Edwards, Brandon,
Second.
Peter, Andrew, Sproul, and Johnson.
24 days for the
Yep.
When you run, you can-
I don't even know if they necessarily care what they say.
Robinson,
Oh, all right.
Letterman,
White call.
Bishop, Folio, Thompson, Carson, Harlan, Brown, Griffin, Murray, Zachary, Brandon, Gavin,
Yep.
Rydell, Brown, Turner, Overton, Edwards, Ray, Hazel, Raymond, Thompson, Barber, Sandy,
What are those two?
Seneca,
Is that 09S?
Andrew Perry,
I didn't know if you used one.
I know, because I
Oh, you
can't,
got it. Okay.
I can't.
Oh, okay.
Hudson, Robinson, Letterman, Bishop, Bowyer, Troxton, Carson, Barton, Brown, Griffin, Murray, Zachary,
All of them.
That's all.
Sandy, Sam, Edwards,
Two and
Those regular days.
overlay. He says that
That's all I want.
Yeah.
Oh, this one. This too. I guess I'll have it.
This is a partial. So they're for increasing incident form. They voted. This is somebody who voted. So they didn't get the right balance found, but it's only that one house rate.
Okay.
So everything else. Hey guys, look at this one. Look at that one. These two races down here.
Sorry, we're interjecting into your stuff.
No, you're good.
How many of y'all look at it?
Look at it. And this one. Everybody agrees.
Okay.
422.
Everybody agrees.
What happens if you don't?
So we got 36 to
Burn the whole thing?
that's three.
One race.
I just want to see what happens.
That's Don, that's a good question.
You'd have to agree. I mean, it'd have to be, you know.
It has to be.
But you'd only
Well,
drop that one box.
Yeah,
right.
Wouldn't you?
Exactly.
And these are the only
They
ones.
just use that 36. So it's just like- Oh, wait a minute. What? I don't think they voted on that one.
Oh, okay.
Excuse me, this was, we said those two, we also noticed when we got ready to call the president.
Yeah, they won't.
Okay. Oh, I gotta say something.
Yeah, and that makes it 8.
8 now, you got 8 now.
Okay. Zach,
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, okay. Oliver, really? Come on. Bristow, Ross.
Threw me off. Different time I was throwing it. Honestly, okay.
Gray.
Oh,
Jackson.
got it.
Martin. Winston. Marshall. Just don't worry. Green.
There's, it's, what's that?
It's one.
10 S1. And don't worry about the precinct. There's a note about it.
So we have some partials.
Vanderbilt.
They were individuals who lived there, but they voted out of precinct. So I just, within precinct, but we'll have to.
Jones. Rice. Graves. Pierce. And Jackson. Okay, Sandy, Seneca, Corey, Avery. Andrew, and 4. Okay. Oliver, Bristow, Ross, Bray, Jackson, Trout, Hart, Marshall, Winston, Marshall, Green, Harris, Woods, Thompson, Eldred, Moore, Van Hook, Winteringham, Brown, Abraham, Jones, Norris, Graves, Pierce, Thompson, Barber, Sanders, Sullivan, Corey, Abram, and 4. No, that's roll call. Okay. Harris. Bristow. Stein. Hunt. Jackson. Holmes. Taylor. Marcus, Winston, Marshall,
Okay.
Green, Harris, Riggs, Thompson, Elgin,
Gotcha.
Moore,
But it's not.
and Barnes, Brown, and Green. Overton, Jones, Mathis. I know, I'm surprised they will take it hard for, did you get Morris? Big grades. That's it? Okay. Sproul. And a Gibbs. Okay. All right. Yes.
Oh, yes.
Stern, James, Paper, Marshall, Green, Harris, Riggs, Thompson, Eldridge, Moore, Stanford, Barnes, Riley, and Jones, Mathis, Graves, Skip. No. Oh, okay, so Barbara, I didn't have that out. Barbara, Burgess Avery, Sproul, and Gibbs.
He's asked about pets, we got a pet. Yeah. You just sit there and like, you know, get the ball, YouTube. The cats fighting, and man, they're tearing each other up before he got all of
Yeah.
it.
Oh,
Those hit the big cats fighting.
I've just been allergic to them all night, so I just kind of.
Well, that's why I asked if you got a cat, go to YouTube. Cats fighting.
Hold on that one.
Yes, okay.
So it was ours.
Don't go toward the break room.
Little dot.
Yeah.
You got 16 brothers?
I'll do that right now.
You did the name thing?
And
Yes.
Got it?
Well, I mean, it
Okay.
doesn't name doesn't matter.
Guys, fold right there. So they
There's a
can't
bunch of
run.
weights or.
Yeah, you see, that is mark.
Yeah, oh, wow.
What's that one?
But it was a fold.
Yeah.
So Dennis Riddell, this is straight for your house. Unanimous. Be right back.
One zero.
Okay.
Well, chairs.
That's the right to the vote.
Now we do these.
I'll check you.
Which one? Hanson, Robinson, Ford, Bishop, Lafayette, Bartley, Brown, Martin, Brown, Murray. You okay there? Zachary. No? Oh, but you said no.
I'm good.
Okay.
I'm Thursday.
Gately. Rodney. Skip. Skip. Okay. And Trevor. I figured. Okay. Skip. Okay. Edwards. Ray. Hayes. Bill. Harvard, Sandy, Corbin, and Fulton. Trump, Hudson, Robinson, Weatherman, Bishop, Bowler, Trotson, Cozy, Farmer, Brandon, Martin, Butler, Wilson, Wilson, Zachary, William, Bailey, Rabia, Skip, Butler, Skip, Reynolds, Larry, Paisley, Pierre, Thompson, Paul, Sandy, Corey, Andrew, Andrew, and Paul. One of the ways you want me to write this one. No, the first is okay. Harris, Bristol, Stein, get back in the book. Hook, Jackson, Holmes, Taylor, Marcus, Winston, Marshall, Green, Harris, Riggs, Thompson, Keldrick, Moore, Van Hook, Arms, Brown, Green, Overton, Jones, Norris,
Another five.
Grants,
System number 2.
Skip,
It's gonna be there in 9
Tamika,
minutes.
and Seneca. Skip and Fuller. Because you can check out. Even with that, you gotta do two things like Harris, Bristow, Stockton, Jackson, Holmes, Taylor, Marcus, Winston, Marshall, Graham, Harris, Riggs, Thompson, Eldridge, Moore, Van Hook, Barnes, Brown, and Graham. Overwood, Jones, Norris, Grimes, Skip, Tamika, Seneca, Skip, and Fuller. I'll be back. Okay.
Good morning. It's, there's an overvote on one and the other one, I forgot that. Oh, they're both this, okay, but this one's not what I'm doing. These two are. Yes. And this one. Yeah. I don't know what happened there, but that's,
Did you say something?
deal with that.
Maybe?
Sorry about that. I had an appointment, I tried to get back.
Yeah.
Hopefully I don't have to move back in the.
Well,
One and four and one and four. Okay.
So this one, I think you can say whatever voted for there and there. Same on this one as well.
And are they always the right?
No, but we do have that water dispenser and there's some cups on the table. You want to get your cup? Yeah, I'll
You
go
wanna
get your
walk?
cup of water.
You want to walk a little bit? Here, I'll let you. Okay, so we still have one. So one of those where they same deal.
Yeah, total 36.
One do with
Yeah.
okay.
So whenever she gets back, just let her know that.
For 86. Here comes the reach for 10x1.
But
Straight up there, there. So, yeah. Yeah. There, there. Okay.
gotta get back in the. Go ahead and check. Yes. Yes, yeah. Well, look at all the boxes.
You want to write? Okay, you just turn my
This is gonna be another not county because it's have to go there. You know, it's the wrong place. Okay, let me just double check. I hate to ask you again, but.
That's all right.
So this says not counted, but everything it says. I don't know, it's not. Look, here's, this is one. Right.
So we keep retrieving.
Right, so.
What?
It wouldn't. Gotcha. Okay.
The problem is we have.
More.
Well, okay, I got you
That's-
now.
That's it.
Makes
So
sense.
that's why. And technically, I hadn't even checked
Okay,
So that's why.
oh, okay. Y'all heard that.
Jones, Morris, Carissa Grayson,
Oh, yeah.
Barbara. Okay, so this. Let's say what I'm saying. Yeah. For Sandy. It always
Amazes me
connected.
how many people don't vote unless it's presidential. But
John,
Mhm.
Four,
it's amazing.
4. Yes. And yes.
Another way to put it would be embarrassing, depending.
Harris.
Are those good?
You're supposed to say, well, at least they voted on the president.
Marshall,
One of the
Green,
Check.
Thompson, Overby, Jones, Morris, Bushers, Sandy, Tamika, Sandra, Donna, David. Yes, yes.
This one was nothing on it.
Hudson, Robinson, Letterman,
Oh, I think it was just one that, they had to bring in their ID. I think that's that one. We double check.
Forward one, didn't we?
Farley,
That's what I just looked.
Brand, Moore,
This one was just one they had to bring in their ID, right? Because there's no.
Griffin, Skip, Zachary,
Oh, okay, that's why. Okay.
Galen,
That's why I left this before last.
Turner,
They have a photo ID exception.
Skip.
I knew it was ID.
Edwards,
So they just didn't check it.
Right.
Hazel, Harper, Sandy, Tamika, Corey, Avery,
Oh, you already started over? You already finished?
Anthony,
Oh, how many was that?
Ford,
I think it's 3.
yes,
Just testing to see if it goes through.
There. Take these.
That's what I'm thinking.
Take these away from.
Weathers, Bishop, Skip, Zachary, Freeman,
Do you have some
Galen, Ross, Skip,
Yes, this is
Turner,
under 12.
Skip,
12B.
And that's all of them.
Okay.
Ray, Payson, Watson, Marvin, Sandy, Tamika, Corey, and Avery.
Yeah, I think it's all.
Yes, and
It's
yes.
early for cases now.
Because they won't run.
This one, I'm presuming will be the back.
Yes.
This one,
Different precinct also.
yes.
Board of Education is barely
Right
a slice. Yes.
Oh, gross. And then, you said Board of Education. I'm sure.
Yeah, let's go darker.
This one. There, see that?
Yeah, it does look like chocolate.
Okay.
I hope the war,
Two days.
something good.
We got him some mustard packets. He has a cramp.
Oh,
Yeah.
Mm.
I didn't think about that. That's good.
I said mustard and pickles. He chose mustard.
I've never heard of pickles.
They have it too, though.
That's what they get a lot of football players when they're out.
I was gonna say, we used it for the swim team.
Unanimous.
Unanimous.
Still marks there on the school board.
Just barely see that size. And
But,
then-
but who's able to do Doesn't take much.
You didn't hear that earlier. Charlene was marking. Marty picked that up. But when she marked the whole thing, it said unreadable. She didn't do it dark enough.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I had to take over for her because she was doing gentle. I said,
Yeah.
yeah, you have to be aggressive on this thing.
So I'm sure Guilford County had to duplicate my about.
That's what I was thinking.
Except one little tiny mark. will throw you
Yeah.
off.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
Oh, make us do Carol.
I hope they don't have to pay them, but
Bristol. Stein.
But he pushed lunch, launch.
yeah, this is kind of see. You should.
Taylor. Marcus.
There's a new city for you.
This is March 11th.
You ever seen that? No.
Green,
Yeah, I mean,
Harris,
it's-
Woods,
he's a reporter for-
Thompson,
They were just with
Eldred,
one report. They did that.
Van Wert, Training, Brown, Green, Overby, Jones,
I thought I counted right number. Just make sure that you
Pierce, Smith, Barber, Sandy, Tamika, Seneca, Donna, Carol, Ford, yes, and yes. Harris, Bristow, Stone, Hunt, Jackson, Holmes, Taylor, Marcus, Winston, Marshall, Green, Harris, Riggs, Thompson, David, Moore, Van Hook, Mitchell, Jones, Norris, Gray, Smith, Barber, Sandy, Timothy, Seneca, Donna, Andrew, Ford. Yes, yes. Yes, that's fine. I think it's chocolate. I think it's good. Well, maybe I could go. It looks like I'm remote. So here, Bristow, Jackson, Holmes, Taser, Marcus, Winston, Marshall, Green, Harris, Riggs, Thompson, Eldred, Moore, Van Hook, Barnes, Brown, Green, Everything, Jones, Norris, Graves, Pierce, Smith, Tamika Harvey, oh, sorry, Skip, Tamika and Seneca. That's it. Mark Sproul. Against? No. And no. Harris, Bristow, Stone, Jackson, this is Marley, Marshall, Williams, Harris, Thompson, Moore, Van Church, Barnes, Brown, Overby, Jones, Norris, Graves, Smith, Skip, Tamika, Seneca, David, against, no.
This one goes.
Yeah.
One more has a question.
Okay, go.
so
All right, or is it three? And that should be the last
these
one.
colors, they were in the
Should collect.
Are these just,
They're, berries.
did we check?
I just verified the address. So it didn't,
Oh, I see.
yeah, because, yeah, I just verified it.
Okay.
Okay, so I was in the.
Yes, but they don't need to put that on the.
No,
And you don't need to
So I-
check, could you change in the,
no,
okay,
okay, so we do
Mark.
need more of that,
Yes.
so they get changed.
Yes.
That one's okay.
because your fingers will be
Right.
off if we don't. He said,
Okay, so that's one.
very
Okay,
important. Some have seen the
so
some
he
of
had
them.
noticed that the
I
address.
don't know.
That's it.
Mhm.
That's all right here.
Yeah.
Okay. You said various reasons that you moved. Really?
The 3SM, which is
Outside the bubble.
This one, if I had to get part of that check mark right there when they give
And
it.
that's the last system. You start with us over here.
We're thinking maybe tick marks on the phones.
Maybe today. I mean,
It wouldn't read it, so we-
and go sideways.
So it's not reading it for some reason.
yeah.
And that one, that we just think it was just marks and sloppily.
One of them is outside the bubble.
Yeah.
Also simply through.
So
You can take
everybody
away that.
agree?
This one, I don't know if it's just because they did checks and they were just sort of similar across from there.
I'll just use the bottom of it. if that's okay.
You do whatever you need to do, Karen. This is your world and I'm just living it.
Have Jessica
Yeah.
change.
This one they checked it instead of bumping it, so it's not reading.
Okay. Is this for absentee?
Good job.
That was magic.
Yeah.
Yeah, before we have.
Yeah, wait for Karen, you know,
You know what? Those that I use, it took out 3 of them.
Maybe we just need to get the shiny tape from here.
Yeah.
And that should be great. All right. I think this was the crinkle one. Okay. All right, this is for 5900. Harris. Skip. Simon.
Here, Karen. Is that good? I need to tell her.
Yep, perfect. That was, yep. Thank you. Thank you. So, skip. 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 Skip.
Does she know what?
well, not yet.
So, Harris, then David Stein. We know they skip it.
Here, we can have them.
Okay.
Yeah, I got a little puppy dog to make it to the.
North, okay.
These are from North.
Yeah.
Great.
Winston. Marshall. Harris. Weeks. Thompson. Ashford. Moore. Denver. Barnes. Brown. Green.
Irving, Jones, Norris, Graves, Pierce, Smith, Barber, Tamika, Terry, Corey, Donna, Carol, Ford, yes. Yes.
Crazy, you want to see to them about Sherry.
No,
Harris,
I'm sure somewhere there's some.
Probably just
Jackson, Russell Taylor, Winston Marshall, Gordon, Pierce, Woody, Johnson, Baker, Moore,
If I knew his name was going to be on the ballot, I would have made it really nice.
Knox, Graves, Pierce, Smith, Barber, Tamika, Taylor, Corey, Donna, yes, yes.
Moving right along.
Yes. Worsted, Stein, Jackson, Holmes, Taylor, Marshall, Green, Hayes, Serpent, Thompson, Hilton, Moore, who just left, Claims, Irving, Norris, Chris agrees on Skip, Corey Shepherd, only. Ford, no. No, Staley. I've ordered lunch.
What?
I've ordered lunch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh.
Skip.
I want to go for that purpose. That was probably over.
Harris.
I'm thinking that might have taken your life.
Stein.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jackson, Holmes, Taylor, Marcus, Winston, Marshall, Green, Harris, Reeves, Thompson. I told you, I wondered what that was. I was like, oh, those ones not. Well, so this is the check marks. It's kind of,
Yeah.
this one's full.
Yeah, sometimes check marks are okay, but those ones apparently were not.
I think we're rather large.
Okay.
It's check marks.
There's Stein. Stein. Give me a minute so I can fill in the bubbles so we don't have to come back. Hunt. Jackson. Holmes. Taylor. Marcus.
Are we sure to?
Winston. Marshall. Green. And Harris. Riggs. Thompson. Eldred. Moore. Van Wood. Barnes. Brown. Overton. Jones. Norris. Graves only. Skip. Corey only.
12.
Sproul.
Yeah. 12 is
Four.
only got two.
No.
Yeah, okay, this do 12.
Yeah, I was looking for it. Just in case it got mixed up.
All right.
So.
So
It didn't get mixed up.
Okay.
I think overlooked because it's so little.
Jackson, Holmes, Taylor, Marcus, Winston, Marshall, Green, Terry, Reed, Thompson, Eldred, Mitchell, Van Green, Irving, Jones, Norris, Joseph Rose, Skip, Corey Shepherd, All right. This is oh, good.
All of them? Oh, so all the ones that are working. That shows you. Yes.
Those are.
Yes.
I'm sure this is buried in some musty town. So
Nobody put baby in
why
the
can't we
corner.
just have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? That's precinct numbers.
These were, have been here since long before I was here. I don't know how they came up with the precinct numbers. That was long before my time. So,
But over time, they split precincts.
Yeah,
As
we have-
population grows, so then you get like.
well, it was,
Three.
see, all right, but they still are, when we split a precinct, they still have what we call the voter tabulation district. So like with, South Melville, okay, that was South Melville, and then we split it. I mean, because we had North Melville and Melville 3. When we split it, we made Melville 4. But, okay, so North Melville has, their voter tabulation district is North Melville. Melville 4 is Melville 4. But for South Melville now, when you go to 104, if you look, their tabulation and South Melville's tabulation, they're both South Melville, both of those. So when you split it, you have to keep those tabulation districts the same. Just like with North Boone 2 and North Boone, both of those tabulation districts are North Boone. And then with South Boone, where we split
You see it all your bags?
Smith, basically, now it's Smith Elementary and
Let's do a recount.
South, St. Mark's, South, I want to say South Mark's, St. Mark's. Both of those tabulation districts are still O3S. I mean, I didn't move it that this day.
All the mysteries
Yeah,
are solved.
the legislation, yeah, when we split a precinct, it's not an easy process to do. You still have to
I'm sure
follow
it's not.
lines and,
You also have to find a voting place.
yes, exactly.
I was just curious.
Yeah.
Keep them coming.
They're
still coming. I got to the point where I moved back an hour. I'm hoping that's what we're doing.
No, I imagine it was someone far higher than the Elmix County level.
If you look at some of the other counties, there's just different, everybody's different the way they name their precincts. Now, I do know when,
If you were going to make a motion, that you just say them numerically in order, I would second that.
There's a lot of equipment that needs to be changed.
I do know when I first came to work here, Twin Lakes, which is now West Boone 2, used to be, which is now North Boone 2, was West, what was it? It wasn't North Boone 2, I'd have to go back, they did change the name of that.
There's 124.
Probably started out with who had the biggest farm. Got the number.
Two more left. Just a couple. That's all good.
We have another curious one that is marked to be 1 and 24, but with The 126 is.
Well, instead of that, a partial.
If
Six
it's
is a partial.
verified, yes. Well, it's fully, so they probably had the same ballot style, being that close. And, they just voted out of precinct. The voter did, so they voted at 126, but they should have went to 124. The ballot styles were the same. And the guidance tells us to put,
So we should put this in 124.
yes.
Okay, 112 W.
I will tell y'all this, if there happens to be a recount and we have to run all these ballots again, if you notice, all those that we do, it should go a lot faster because we've already duplicated the ones that we, right.
You're talking about crazy stuff.
I know.
I don't know if
Well,
there's,
here's another thing. Voter ID. If you vote absentee, you put your voter, a copy of your voter ID in it. But there's no person to make a comparison.
You know, that's what gets me.
I wish
I thought y'all could.
it was got social security, you got a social security number. When you turn 18, you're registered with it. You don't have to worry about that. It makes too much sense. I mean, everybody's got social security. When you turn 18, you go to the military.
So when people are allowed to do it, it's Social Security, right now, I know what you're saying.
First they see the handles it, don't they? And then everybody's just ready.
Is this all this list? Karen? Right there's the house. Okay. That should work out well. And then maybe reset, after y'all look at that recess, our lunch should be here.
Okay. And then basically the rest of it is how.
Well, we can be running these while y'all review the,
Yep, that's on your list.
We got 800 together.
Yeah.
we can do that.
So while they're ready.
Which would go a lot faster.
Stuff all over there.
We're gonna eating the ones that are not approved, we're gonna put those on
Start anew.
So it should go a lot faster. Okay.
Zero.
How many those there are? They're a lot.
I didn't have the information to fill in said columns daily.
I think that's the baby, yeah.
Evidently.
Lights.
I wanted you to do the math.
Oh, nice. Not bad.
That there were some pending, so.
We need some water, guess how many there are.
Like jelly beans?
Who got so excited that you had to wrap up a press release around here? Who got like so fired up about it?
Gary, did you put this in all the veterans meetings? You did? Not one. I'll let you real quick. No. You're not a real one?
Both agreed on. It's kind of like. Noah had already told me that he would put one out. So I kind of went back and
A bumpy road.
Yeah. 127.
Yeah.
One of them, Mississippi tax. That's it.
That's it.
Drum roll.
1-3. I think it's Joe Dennis.
I think that, yeah, that's it.
That's not stoplight, no stoplight for every 100 feet.
Did you already get the car?
I'm watching the mailbox every day.
You better beat your wife there.
I
I got that collection like sitting out the window. You remember that?
It's a holiday.
These are one forty-seven. Okay, here's more 147.
That wasn't her, somebody.
These are the end of 147.
That's correct.
And you want to see some cars.
No.
Yeah. We can't find you there.
I will see it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. You can do that. I've got it down to a science. I do.
Just not registered. That's probably gonna be the majority.
Probably the majority, yeah.
Are we keeping them in precinct one?
Not registered.
That doesn't matter. It's okay. So these are the not counted.
Yeah. Here's the not registered. You'll do two.
Okay.
Then put ours together. That we need pending, that we need to keep separate.
Well, so these were previously denied, but not counted.
They must have been
Registered
registered.
in another county. So you want those separated out?
No,
Previously
I
denied,
just say not registered.
Can you read my handwriting? As the night wore on.
Not registered. This is moved out within 30 days.
Well, when your car breaks down, you need to be able to walk.
So yours moved out more than 30
That's-
days.
Okay, I'm putting those separate.
Yeah. That way they can look at it.
Yeah.
So they're not registered, registered after the deadline.
I put that one. Well, that would be,
Not registered.
yeah, it's just.
Not estimated, but.
Yeah, now,
Well, now everything's computer on the new one.
yeah,
Not a family more than 30
yeah,
days.
now you need a computer.
Registered after deadline, just so he's not registered.
No, he's not.
I'm gonna mark it. It's gonna cost a fortune. Even though
It's far enough, eventually I'll be able to. It'll be, come full circle.
Yeah.
I'll be able to fix my own car.
Maybe internal. I don't know what that is.
They people used to do their own, you know,
Amy Farr.
do their own muscle.
To be orange, so it's not registered.
And I can hook up a computer to it.
You raise the hood and you see it.
All these not registered.
Yes, ma'am.
It's been a while since I bought one of the
Okay,
children's
this,
manuals to a car that
this is still,
Still possible.
yeah,
So
but
that
they're
one's
not
pending,
registered though.
But that one's.
Yeah, it depends on what it is.
Pending? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a mark. Okay.
If nothing's marked, most likely they're fine. These aren't marked. These haven't come out of these things. That's fine. There it is.
ID card.
Pretty cool.
Needs ID.
Chemical reaction.
You know what book you're looking at?
Yeah, that's what I was looking for. 147.
One says verified 12, the other one says verified 12.
Okay.
Who did?
I guess they put that in.
This one should.
People have done quite a few things like friends, like try this life hack.
Oh, that's true.
They have a thing. Some that show
So they
up
were removed
that aren't having to go for serious. Like somebody will start talking about finance or something.
This one.
For a while,
This
you
one's like
know,
that one should count.
social media sort of yes, these people like younger
So this one
influencers.
is seen. They didn't get a lot of
Marketing
that.
business
So that was the
experts.
fault on their part.
Type scheme and stuff. they feel like basically what they're describing is wrong. And they're like, you can do this. It makes so much money. But they just never miss
So
it.
that would probably be denied.
Buy cigarettes in North Carolina.
Like
Go on
buy,
vacation in New York.
like buy property.
And then
here,
this one should
Let
count.
me
Here, that's the same kind.
mortgage it,
I
or
think
buy
this-
out its value, you can sell it to your friend, have it sell it back to you. Just
And
don't
this
let me
one-
verify.
Those two.
So this
and
one
people
lives in.
Right.
Well, no, that's Montgomery County.
You can always become a sovereign citizen.
yeah, you do feel
I had an
Alright, so
Uber
they're more
driver
than
who I told him, yeah, I'm looking for.
So these are not.
She's like, you know, you don't even have to worry about those loans, man, 'cause this is what you do. Okay.
I'll give that a shot as an attorney. Then I can defend myself.
We had a cat that was smart enough to pull open the refrigerator door.
So they were only removing Alabama.
It takes some strength if you're
It
a
was a
cat.
big cat.
So maybe they counted.
So, I had to buy that.
I'll put that here.
On my
Right, right here.
Okay.
So, put the screws in, and
Press there.
Not the interested.
then all the gas came
Should have gone with
out.
Velcro.
I don't.
Should have gone with Velcro.
That's right.
The cat still alive?
No, the cat is dead. I didn't kill it.
Unrelated.
Okay.
Unrelated.
So this
That was
was
natural cause.
early vote.
So, you know,
So the voter stated he moved
close
to.
guard.
Carver.
Okay.
So he's out of county more than 30 days. Why didn't go to Carver?
Gotcha.
Started buying clothes.
Okay, so this one
The door
is
be open and it
vote
quit.
twice, I guess.
Every time the door's open, it just quit.
Okay, that one,
Kind of good.
I know.
Okay, I'll leave that one for you.
Yeah.
The dog and noise.
Yeah, she came and did a provisional, then she came back and did and brought her documents and did a same day.
Okay.
So that one can't count because she didn't do it.
I got you. I got you. So she did what she was supposed to do the second time around.
So the orangutan, it's somewhere in the.
See, these right here are just plain simple, not great. Are registered in another county, so they're not registered here.
Staying in an Airbnb, and the door's open to the street. The orangutan walked in the doorway and like held up its hand like to greet them, and then went to the bathroom,
Come up
pulled
here.
the soap off the sink.
Okay, so this one is.
Flashed his hands in the trash can. Put the soap back, rinsed the hands, dried them, and then went back out. It's like the weirdest
Add
thing.
more tomorrow.
We have.
And I think she did get one in already, didn't you?
What?
Didn't?
Yeah, I got a cure letter
She
in.
got a cure letter.
And that was in
So
person,
tomorrow,
not the mail
That's
yet.
what he ran today, the totals.
And I've already gotten 3 ID.
Yeah,
Since the
so-
meeting started.
All right, so, the food's here, so would you like to recess for how long? For as little a time as possible, 30 minutes? That's up to you, however long. How about till 1:45? Okay, okay, all right, so, okay, everyone, we're gonna recess to 1:45 for lunch. Okay, and then we'll come back, and at that point,
will be doing exactly what? Where will we be on?
You will be, will start opening the provisionals that y'all have approved, and then y'all will start, reviewing the not approved. Okay?
All right, so back here,